Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, my part 2 review of She-Hulk. Yes, continuing on reviewing She-Hulk now, part 2, now up to episodes 3, 4, and 5. And if you guys remember, in part 1, I reviewed the first 2 episodes. So now, we're up to, the next 3 episodes. So, episode 3, People versus Emil Blonsky. Yep, so, as, of course, it was, in the last episode, we, of course, got the return of, Tim Roth as Emil Blonsky, aka the Abomination, and at the end of episode 2, the news was reported that Emil had escaped from prison and, he had a fight against Wong, which, hints that sequence in Shang-Chi. And, and so the story, I'll read the description, of course. She-Hulk represents, Emil Blonsky, aka the Abomination, as I said, but his peril hearing doesn't go as planned. Well, because of what just happened, as I just said. So, in this one, especially because this is where we, of course, get the appearance of Wong. This is where Wong makes his appearance, and, basically, throughout this episode, because, trying to, bail, Blonsky out, and, release from prison, and the thing is that, Emil was, forcibly, to leave his prison cell and be in the fight with Wong, and when that was all done, according to Wong and Blonsky, Blonsky would have just gone his merry way and lived life, but he decided to he chose to just get back in his cell, and yeah, that really shows, because him wanting to get back in his cell, and not to mention, a funny sequence where, during, the court session and with, Emil, he transforms into Abomination, and he's perfectly calm. He's in complete control. Just say how, starting with Avengers Endgame and from there on, Bruce Banner has complete control of the Hulk, he is both Bruce Banner and the Hulk. So, yeah, Emil is both himself and Abomination, and even when he transforms and he's acting perfectly normal and calm, everybody in that room is just panicking, and the people by the desk, the jury, so the judges, etc. Even, during that, there's also, Runa, who is this, shape-shifting, can disguise as other people. She comes from New Asgard, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Her being in court and being charged, being played by Peg O'Keefe. She was funny at times, and, impersonating, at one time, one impersonation she did was being a judge, that was pretty funny, and not to mention, Dennis, who appeared in, the first episode, because, Dennis and Jennifer, add at each other, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, of course, some funny moments here and there in that episode. So that was a pretty good episode, and, even when she enters the prison, it just slipped out of my head, civilization, civility, facility, yeah, God, how did I forget about that? The prison's facility where Emil was in prison, her entering and then coming out, and, the news reporters, asking her questions, and, saying, she was rejected by the Avengers, yeah, just give her a break, you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, not to mention, the end credit scene in this, her and her new attorney or something, I forget, at one point, and when Jennifer's boss, like, passes by, and he notices they at one point are dancing, and, you know, he doesn't care. He just walks off, and then, you know, we cut to them twerking. You know, many people were complaining about that. You know, that you know, they were twerking and such, but come on, guys, like, are you aware of the other dancing stuff that was in the Marvel films, you know, from Guardians? Iron Man, aka Tony Stark, he danced, like, say, in Iron Man 3, like that, and, like, there was that, and, there were other characters doing dance moves. Well, Baby Groot, for example, in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, so, there you go. And I even saw a meme of that. Like, I saw this on Facebook. I showed it to my mom. Like, somebody put Stan Lee in there, and he sees them dancing in the office room, and, like, he's like, you know, I am so fired, and he joins in. So that was a funny picture I saw. All right, but moving on. Episode 4. This is Not Real Magic, and in this one, the description, the story. She-Hulk's new client, Wong, yep, Wong is her new client, is suing a magician for unauthorized use of the mystic arts. Yep, and in this, that's because this one character, like, using unauthorized magic and, like, putting on magic shows, that was, oh boy, where was he? Donnie Blaze, yeah, Donnie Blaze. He was part of the, like, he was a student, you know, of the sorcerers, but he got expelled, he got kicked out, and he still had the ring, you know, and, like, opening portals and so on. And even, like, say, okay, Donnie Blaze being played by Rice Coiro. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, you know. And then there was, I think he's Donnie Blaze's, like, assistant, or I wouldn't say assistant, but mentor. I wouldn't say mentor, just, you know, I guess his boss, or, like, just something like that, his coach, I guess. Cornelius P. Willows, played by Leon Lamar. And, you know, fun fact, Leon Lamar being the oldest actor at 100 years of age, like, you know, I want to say 106, the oldest actor to be in something of Marvel, you know, so that's pretty cool. You know, he looks, even at his age, he looks like he's still doing well, you know, he looks fine. And yeah, even him appearing in this episode, like, he did a pretty good job with his acting, so anyways, so yeah, Donnie Blaze just doing magic and such, and there's also a witness of Donnie Blaze. Like, Donnie Blaze picked her as a volunteer in the opening of the episode. Madison King, played by Patty Guggenheim. I think I got that right. Madison with a Y and 2 N's, but it's not what you think. Like, that kind of talk, and, like, she's had some drinks, I guess. So, shots, yeah. That sounds about right. If you've seen the episode, you know what I'm talking about. Although, yeah, Madison was pretty funny. Even, like, say, like, interacting a lot with Wong, and, like, Madison, like, still, like always entering in Wong's room because Wong is watching his favorite show, and even Madison's at one point spoiling the episode that Wong is on. And that's when, yeah, Wong gets Jennifer to help him out on this, and, you know, to sue Donnie Blaze. Even say when, you know, very later on in the episode, like, one, like, magic trick kind of goes wrong, and these, like, demons with wings come out and, like, start, like, swooping and flying, and, you know, Wong bringing in She-Hulk to help him out on this. Not to mention, actually, this is where, and even in the trailers, this is where we see Jennifer, like, setting herself up on a dating app. Like, she starts off with just herself, Jennifer Walters, but then she has no choice and, you know, goes, you know, puts herself as She-Hulk. And that gets a lot of attention, obviously, and the guys that she goes out on dates with, and I think it's this guy, yeah, one guy, Arthur, who she really hooks up with, and back at her place, and that's when as they're talking, well, Wong is trying to call her, and that's when Wong opens the portal and just gets her to help, and yeah, She-Hulk helping, and even like say confronting, and finally getting Donnie and Cornelius to talk, and there was also somebody, I think he was their attorney, I believe, yeah. Hank, lawyer. I want to say, I'm sorry, lawyer. Hank Sanderson, played by Mike Benitez. I think I got that right, yeah. Mike Benitez. And even, some of the court scenes, and even when Madison coming in as a witness, even not only Donnie doing magic and, dropping tiny, what do they call when they call smoke to, that kind of thing. Even say Hank and Cornelius, they're doing magic too. Cornelius doing the classic handkerchief, coming out of your sleeve. That and and then eventually, of course, after all that's done, and She-Hulk, aka that is Jennifer, returning back to her place, and she and as we saw in the trailer, she grabs Arthur and they just go in, and well, that's when the makeout happens. And the next day, we see Jennifer as herself, and Arthur, he's a bit surprised, and yeah, it's he leaves, Yeah, what's wrong with them? Can't they just give Jennifer, just Jennifer herself a chance? Then She-Hulk? You should know who She-Hulk is, in actual form. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and even at the end, right before that episode ends, she receives a note or letter, basically, from the delivery person. That's literally what he's titled, delivery person, played by Adam Murray. And Malaya Araya, if I'm saying that right, she was on set, She-Hulk reference. Oh yeah, because I saw a photo of that on Facebook a few times where. What's her face, who's Jennifer / She-Hulk, there was a picture of her and the on-set, She-Hulk reference, the actress, there was a picture of them together, and yeah, she's quite tall. So, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, Tania, the actress who's Jennifer / She-Hulk, she wore a motion capture suit. Yeah, I saw a little behind the scenes, so yeah, she wore that. So at the end of that, and the delivery guy, delivers to Jennifer, a note, a piece of paper, a letter, she finds out that somebody had already taken her name, She-Hulk, and claiming that it's her name, and, yeah, and especially, and I forgot to mention, because with the breaking the fourth wall and Jennifer talking to us, the audience. Really funny. And let me see. And then, okay, episode 4. So that was episode 4. Now comes episode 5. And that being, of course, episode 5, Mean Green and Straight Prude into These Jeans. What a title. All right, the story. She-Hulk discovers Titania, yeah, I got that right, owns the name She-Hulk and is suing her for trademark infringement. I think I just about said that right. Yeah, because the whole episode is, Jennifer trying to confirm that, yeah, She-Hulk is her name, and Titania, who, yeah, did appear in the show earlier. Titania, played by Jamila Jamil? I think I got that right. Yeah, and, interactions between Jennifer and Titania, and and also, Jennifer meeting with, this fashion designer, and, helping her, with outfits, I think it's this guy, yeah, Luke Jacobson, played by Griffin Matthews. And, yeah, fashion designer, and I'm looking at some of the, like, I'm pulling it up, I've got IMDb up, and, like, everything I make stands up to the highest convex standards. I don't make basic shit. Yeah, I'm reading the quotes. Okay. So yeah, like, he helps, like, give Jennifer, like, proper, like, clothing that suit her. What about, say, if we're gonna get, like, the She-Hulk outfit, like, the super suit? Maybe. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe, most likely, it'll be at the end of the show. We'll just have to wait and see. And even, like, say, witnesses come in to help Jennifer, like, prove that, yeah, She-Hulk is her name, and those are the guys that Jennifer went out with. Like, I think from, Todd, Eugene, and Derek, and Arthur, of course. And, I think this guy, too, Robert Wallace. I don't think he was in... No, this is somebody different. No, it was not one of the guys that she went out with. Like, the guys that went out with Jennifer, like, they help her out, of course. And even, like, say, like, video clips of her talking about She-Hulk, and, well, and yeah, it's true, like, it's a good example, like, some, like, news reporter, like, just happened to call her She-Hulk, and it just stuck. It just stuck with her, and, like, yeah, makes sense. Yeah, and that's when, of course, it's all good now, because, Jennifer claiming the name She-Hulk and not Titania. And, yeah, Titania being pissed, and, like, it's, like, it's not over for her. Yeah, it's pretty funny. And, yeah. Some funny moments, of course, in that episode, too. But, yeah, and especially, not to mention... But one last scene, and that's where, of course, Luke suggests and gives Jennifer, well, that is, She-Hulk, some outfits to wear, and she seems to like them, in the dresser. And then, right before the episode ends, like, there was this hat box that was to be delivered to somebody who would be appearing in the next episode. I think, yeah, the hat box is opened. I think the lid was taken off, as I recall. And it's Daredevil. We see Daredevil's mask, the new suit that that he is to wear, starting off in She-Hulk. That's a combination of red and gold. So it's not the suit like, say, he wore in the first series he had that was all red. He will this time wear, like, say, the suit that's half red, half gold. And obviously, like, even I was talking with this to my dad, like, obviously that type of suit obviously came from the comics somewhere, in the Daredevil comics. So, like, he had, like, different suits, that and, of course, the full, like, red suit. But yeah, that was a nice tease that, Matt Murdock, a.k.a. Daredevil, is coming in episode 6. I look forward to that. But with all that being said, this has been my part 2 review of She-Hulk, episodes 3, 4, and 5. And they were some pretty good episodes. And, to the people that watch them, the fans, say what they want to say. I mean, hey, it's their opinion. Not to mention, because, again, in episode 3, like, at the end of that, and in the end credit scene, like, at one point, She-Hulk is twerking. Oh, come on, get a grip. Like, okay, as I just said, is everybody just aware of other characters in the MCU dancing? As I said, like, oh, come on, guys. Yeah, and especially because it was great, because, again, like, in episode 4, like, Wong and, Donnie Blaze, Wong suing Donnie Blaze, and Jennifer as She-Hulk, like, looking for a date, and then, of course, following that, Jennifer, like, against Titania, like, who owns the name She-Hulk, so who claims it? those were pretty good. Those were pretty good episodes and what was going on in them. And yep, I look forward to part 3, which, by the way, yeah, I think most likely part 3 might be the last part, probably, because yeah, there's only 4 episodes left, so we'll just have to wait and see. But what about you guys? Like, what did you think of episodes 3, 4, and 5? If you've seen them, what did you think? What did you think of my review? Leave comments and give this review a like as always. So, with that being said, again, thank you very much for watching. And again, this has been my part 2 review of She-Hulk, Eternity at Law. Stay tuned for part 3. More reviews coming your way. They're gonna be awesome. Keep looking forward, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. Take care, peace out, and Avengers, assemble.